Guys, so today we're going to be looking at this Seesii. It is a 6-inch power saw. It's a power tool. As you're going to see, it comes in a very nice hard plastic clamshell case. So when you open it, you first open it, you are going to have your instruction sheet. You will have a pair of gloves that come with it. You will have a pair of safety glasses that come with it. You will have the 6-inch saw you see. The saw does have a retractable blade and a cover as well. So you're going to see here is your actual saw. It's a 6-inch blade. It is a little bit loose. We can adjust that. We will show you how to do that as well. And you'll see that it does have the cover to protect you and the saw itself. And then you have the cover here that also goes on it to protect it. You have a battery that comes with it. You have a second battery that will come with it. You have a charger that will come with it. And you have the accessories as well. So the accessories will be more than likely the pieces that you need to adjust your blade. This is the piece I was telling you about. We will show you how to adjust your blade. You have this. You have a screwdriver. You have a brush to clean it. You have another file. You have this to put lubrication in because these do need lubricated. The chains need lubricated on occasion. And it does have a second 6-inch blade chainsaw chain, for when this one wears out, you can change it. So the way you're going to do this, I took this off, you're going to notice this is a little bit loose. Not terribly loose, but it's a little bit loose. So what we're going to do is just loosen this up. Pull this forward a little bit. Now you don't want the chain super tight, but you don't want it loose either. So we're going to pull that just a little. See, there's a little bit of room here, not too much, but we don't want it super tight. And then you just tighten this back down. That's all you do. Is there's a slide in here. You just loosen this up, and then you pull this forward a little bit to make it tighter. You'll notice we don't have it super tight. You don't want it so tight that it's going to damage the chain. But you also don't want it too loose, that it's loose and it will come off the end. So make sure it's nice and tight when you put it back down. Now this guard is going to protect you from getting hurt. So we're going to when I put our batteries in, the batteries will go in here like this. And this has basically a safety here. And you'll see the battery come charged. There's 2 batteries. It does come with both. It did come with a charged battery. So basically I'm just going to hold this button. This is a safety because if I pull it, you cannot pull this trigger without holding this safety. So you pull hold in the safety, pull the trigger. Now this is a very dangerous tool. This is a chainsaw, so you're going to notice that's why it has a safety, so you don't accidentally hit the button. So we don't want this too tight. We're going to show you how to use this. This is nice for cutting small branches, anything small that you want to cut. It's easy to carry. This only weighs about 5 pounds. It's not real heavy. And if you have an 8-inch chainsaw, which I have, they are a little bit heavier and they usually take 2 hands. This is really convenient because it is a one-handed saw and it is lightweight. So the way you will charge this, you will plug this in right here. The battery will light up red or green. Green means it's charged. Red, of course, means it needs to charge. So just remember, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I showed you how to adjust this. I'm going to show you if there's anything else. If you need to make any other changes, you just loosen this up, as I showed you before. You'll notice when you're doing this, I recommend taking the blade off. Even though this does have battery. This does have a safety before you can activate it. Still doesn't hurt to take out the battery because you know for sure it will never run without it. So you remove this. Hold this so it doesn't come out. We're going to show you this here. You're going to notice this is what I was telling you about how you adjust this. There is a pin here. The pin holds this piece into place. Then to adjust this, see how it becomes looser or tighter. Your chain will eventually stretch. When your chain stretches, because you're going to notice, if you ever have to change your chain blade, you'll take it off like this, put your new blade on. Pay attention to how your blade went on so that you don't put it on backwards. Small one in the front, large one in the back. You will put this back on like this. Line the pins up. right there is your pin. Once it's lined up, so you can put this back on. Now, if you need to make a large adjustment on this, right here, inside of here, is a pin adjustment. So this pin adjustment right here is for your screwdriver. You just loosen and screw it. So what you're doing, if I take this off, you're adjusting this. See, this is your pin that I told you that has to go in here. So if this is very tight or very loose and you can't just, I showed you earlier, you could just pull this forward or reverse if it was too loose. I just pulled it forward a hair and made it tighter. But if you need to make a large adjustment, you adjust this screw right here. We'll put our blade down here. You can adjust this screw right here, and you'll notice it moves your pin. So my pin went further back or further in. Now what this is going to do is it's going to adjust where the pin goes in right here. So it will also adjust your chain. So you got to make sure it's set right. So we're going to put the chain back on. Be careful handling this. So we're going to put it back on as I showed you. This will go across the back here. The main part is getting this lined up. Then you can slide it where you need it. So we have our chain here. Now remember, this is sharp, so be careful. We want to make sure this is lined up inside of here. Then, see, our pin will go here. So what you've done is just a matter of getting these teeth lined up right like this. And then once you get the teeth lined up, you slide this onto this clip. Now, if this were loose, like it is just a little bit loose here, that's what the screw is for. So I can tighten this up. Just go in there and twist it a little bit. And what it will do, which depending on which way I move it, it's nice and snug. There, I have a little room. Not a lot, a little. You don't want it real tight. You don't want it real loose. Once you've got it where you want it, see, I have a little bit of room here, a little bit of play. Then you're going to put this back on. Now, if you just barely need to move it, you can do like I showed you originally. You can take this screw, this nut off, and just do a slight adjustment like I did a little bit ago. Now, the other thing you have to make sure is you line the pins up there. Just quickly spin this on. It comes with all the tools that you need to work on it. It's easier if you have a ratchet, but if this is all you have, that's fine. So you're just going to tighten this back down. If you just need to move it just a hair, sometimes, like I showed you, just loosen it, and pulling this will work. If you need to make a major adjustment, you're going to need that screw that's right down inside of here. This will go down inside of here and make the adjustment. It may be easier to do if you take the blade off like I showed you. So see, we have a little bit of room here, not too much. So this is ready. It's not loose, but it's not tight. So that's what you want. Your safety, if you ever need to adjust it, same thing. You just need to take this off right here, and that will remove this piece here if you need to. First, you have to take this off. Take this off. This slides out if you don't want this on here. This is a safety feature. I recommend keeping it on there, but some people won't want it. Then when you're done, you have to make sure that you wipe it down. You take chain oil, put inside of this. You lubricate this from time to time. These chains will stretch. That's why it comes with another one. So once again, remember, you plug this in here. Be red or black, red or green. So you don't have to wear gloves or safety glasses. I choose to because I want to be on the safe side, and I want to show you all the features. So we're going to take the cover off. We know we've already got our blades set the way we want. We'll push the safety. So what I'm going to do here is this tree has a dead branch here, a dead branch here. The front half is still good, the back half is dead. And then maybe trim this up a little bit. So this is perfect for that small trimming. So I'm going to push the safety in, push the button. Cut it right through, no problems at all. Then we're going to cut this dead branch back here. Now you'll notice there I used both hands. And the reason why is because it wants to tip back. You don't have to. If you want to try to force it through, you can like that. I just better to use 2 fingers, not to push at all, but to hold it from any kind of a kickback. This is a single hand unit. You don't have to do that. Now I will also on this one, because of the way it's angled, I'll basically just gonna push the button. And you're gonna notice if you look at this piece of wood that I just cut through, it is about 2 inches thick. It cut through that. So here's another one. We're gonna do this small branch here, and then this branch here, because we're gonna put a bird feeder up in here. So we wanna clear that out. You notice for a small one, I didn't need but one hand. It tries to kick back a little bit, but when it's a small branch, it goes right through it. So I will hold this branch. This branch is about an inch, inch and a half thick, and it goes right through it like it's real easy. This notch here is probably, it is about this wide. I'm saying that's 2 to 2.5 inches. So we're gonna try to trim this notch off. I'm gonna use both hands to cut that notch off very easily. Like I told you, if you look at it, this is about 2.5 inches. This is very good for grooming, trimming. Now you're not gonna wanna cut a tree down with it, but any kind of branches you want to remove, any kind of wood you need done, you wanna put a notch in something, this is perfect for that. Actually, this tree here, this are old pine trees. They're about 8 to 10 inches thick. You could probably cut something like this down with this. I'm not cutting mine down. I'm just saying that's possible. Any kind of trimming you need to do on a shrubbery, this is perfect for that. It's just a really handy device to have, and it's got the safeties right here and here. This is what this brush is for, to brush this off. What I will do is I have bar and chain oil. I will put some of that inside of here, and I will put just a few drops of oil on this. I didn't use it a whole lot. You'll notice as I'm messing with the blade, I did remove the battery again. Once again, you do have to push the safety in this to operate it. I'm just being very safe. Any kind of dust that you have on here, this would be the time to brush it off before you put on your bar and chain oil. Because after every use, you should probably brush it off, get off any, say right here is a few pieces of debris that we will want to clean up. So remember the one thing I did tell you, you can adjust your blade by removing this, moving it forward and backward if it's a very tiny adjustment. For the most part, most adjustments will be made right here. Here again, you're going to see a few pieces of wood where I cut. You're just going to dust these off. You want to make sure you get all the dust off right there before you put on your bar and chain oil, because if you put the bar and chain oil on the dust, it's just going to clump up. You don't want that. For the most part, most of your adjustments on your blade will be made right here. You can adjust that screw right here. As you tighten and loosen it, you will adjust your blade settings. If you need to change your blade, you're going to take this off. If you need to take this off, you take this off, then you take this off. And then you will make your adjustments as needed with the pin in there. Basically, it's a very easy to use unit. It's only about 5 pounds. It's very light. The things I really liked about it, number one, is the weight. The weight of it is very light. That is nice and convenient, especially when you're trying to cut or do multiple things at once. So a lot of times if you're on a ladder or something and you're holding on, it's difficult to cut. You're going to notice you can do this with one hand. Just watch out for kickbacks. You do have the guard here in case you do have a kickback. This guard will protect you. I don't recommend getting in a position where you have to worry about this guard protecting you, but it is there if necessary. It's cover here is nice to keep your chain nice and lubricated. Once I put some lubrication on this and put the cover on, it will keep it moist with the bar and chain oil to keep it from rusting, keep it in good shape. It cut right through about a 3-inch branch with no problem. I would feel very comfortable cutting any kind of trees or shrubbery that's small with this. Small bush, small tree, any kind of pruning you need to do. This is perfect for that. I like the fact that it comes with 2 batteries. Very easy to tell when they're charged and not. It is now when I look at the settings on here, this is a 6-inch, 12, 18 to 21 volt, 8,000 watt max use handsaw. So we're going to put the link for this in the description. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. And if you need a small shrubbery trim, small tree handsaw that's for one hand, this Seesii is perfect.